All right, peace and blessings, family. This is BroYosef. I'm back with another video. Um, I hope everyone has been having a good week. I've been having a good week. Everything has been great on my end. I can't complain. Of course, I'm just preparing as things come down the pipeline in this world. BroYosef has just been preparing and just trying to enjoy life, man. So it's been a good week for me. I hope and pray that it's been a good week for everyone else. Um, but I didn't want to forget about my YouTube family. I'm back. And today, BroYosef is going to drop the science on birthmarks, right? We're going to talk about birthmarks. And this is a video that has been requested many times, on this channel. And, I try to make my channel a one-stop shop when it comes to information. So when you come to my channel, you can pretty much get what you need, right? You can pretty much get what you need. So in this video today, family, we're going to talk about birthmarks. All right, we're going to talk about birthmarks. I'm going to give you guys a science on that. We're going to talk about different types of birthmarks and, why you even have a birthmark. All right. So the feathers is always up. We always at war. Um, everything is coming together. Everything is great, family. So before we start our videos, we want to give our gratitude for the day. So let's do that. All right. Today is Sunday. I give thanks to the God of Ra. I give thanks to the sun. I give thanks to all the gods and goddesses of the sun. I give thanks to the God of Ptah, the God of Ra. I give thanks to the God Heru. I give thanks to the God Osiris. I give thanks to Dembala. I give thanks to Obatala. I give thanks to all the gods of light and creation. I give thanks to the ancestors, known and unknown. I give thanks to the ascended masters. I give thanks to the five elements. I give thanks to my animal spirit, the snake and the deer. And I give thanks to Mother Earth for always providing. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. All right, family. For anyone who doesn't follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. That's where I give my thanks every day, my gratitude every day. The attitude of gratitude is very powerful, family. Right? We want to have the attitude of gratitude as we move forward in life and as we do things. The more you're grateful for things, the more the universe gives you things to be grateful for. That's a fact. So have that attitude of gratitude, family. Very powerful. So today, family, we're going to talk about birthmarks, right? We're going to talk about birthmarks. And birthmarks are a very mysterious topic in this world. And it's something that a lot of people don't really understand. And, like I said, I get a lot of questions. I am a researcher. There's not a lot of books out there directly on birthmarks. I don't have a book personally about birthmarks. This has come from many years of study and coming across birthmarks in different books. Too many books to name. I don't remember them all. From learning from my own personal teachers and just understanding, reading different spiritual systems. Now, Chinese medicine does have a thing about mole markings and birthmarks that people can read up on and get into. That does describe different areas of where what they call mole markings is or birthmarks, right? So you guys can get into that information, all right? So birthmarks has been around since the beginning of the time. Um, Everyone has heard about a birthmark, but the truth is everyone doesn't have a birthmark, okay? So everyone has heard about someone who has a birthmark, but everyone doesn't have a birthmark, and that's for different reasons, okay? Um, Now, one thing about birthmarks, family, I really want you guys to understand is that birthmarks carry memory. Okay, this is something that is very important to understand about birthmarks. When you're looking at a birthmark, you're looking at a certain subconscious symbol of memory. It is a imprinted sigil, okay, that your soul put on your body. And one of the reasons why these birthmarks are put on the body, one of the reasons is because of past life trauma. Okay. So sometimes the soul is so traumatized by what happened to a person. Most likely the way they died, right? The soul is so traumatized by that experience. Even though the soul wants to have these experiences, right? The soul is so traumatized by that experience until it leaves a memory behind, right? It leaves a memory. And so let's say that someone shot you in the chest and it left a big open wound in the chest, right? Your soul may be so traumatized by the way you were shot or by who shot you, right? Maybe it might have been a close friend or something until it saddened you, it hurts you. And what happens is the soul develops a dark facet. Depending on what it is, you can miss the soul will actually lose a facet depending on what it is. And that memory is transferred over into the next life as a birthmark. Okay, it could be a birthmark on your shoulder, on your face, on your back, on your legs, on your arm, wherever. It all depends on how traumatized the soul has become about that mark. Okay, so this happens a lot. A person may have been shot by their best friend in the head, right? And then in the next life, they have a sometimes looks like gray hair, right? Or they have a hair missing. Um, for all y'all who know about Rasheed Wallace from basketball, you know he had that little spot in his hair. That was his birthmark, right? So it could be many reasons why you have these birthmarks, but 9 times out of 10 they come because of trauma, right? They come because of trauma, all right. Um, so let's talk about the first type of birthmark that is very important that a lot of people don't even know about, right? And these are called what you call star system birthmarkings, or some people call them star birthmarks, right? And these are birthmarks, believe it or not, family, that looks like star constellations, right? Or they'll look like galaxies, right? So they'll have different little tiny miniature dots, and they look swirled like a galaxy, right? Some of them will actually look like a constellation. They may look like the Syrian constellation. They may look like the Vega constellation. They may look like the Draco constellation. They may look like the Syrian constellations from Sirius. So you have all these different constellations that a person could actually have in their body, right? And there's different reasons why that could be. Maybe they didn't want to leave their star system and they came here to help humanity. These are what you call true star seeds, family. Okay, these are what you call true star seeds. A true star seed will have many things showing that they come from the stars. But everyone that's down here is not a star seed. That's why I'm not big on this whole star seed movement. Star seeds are real. There are people that were planted here from the stars, but everybody's not a star seed. Okay, some people are gods. Some people are angels. Some people are elementals. These entities don't come directly from the stars. They come from other dimensions. So I want you guys to really understand that everybody is not here to be a star seed. That's for some people. That's for certain people. Okay. So if you do see these people, they will have markings on their body. It doesn't matter where it is, but it looks like a star constellation. And sometimes these people can be more than what you call a star seed. They'll be a star seed on one level, and then they'll have divine energy. And they do have. Everyone has a higher self that is divine. But sometimes in one life, you come here to do a specific thing for a certain group. So in one life, you can access your angelic energy and come here to be more angelic. You might be more of a messenger. In another life, you may have more divine God energy. You may be very wise and very you may be a very old soul, right? Some people may be elemental energies. They may come here to save the planet and to help animals and stuff like that. Everybody like that is not a star seed. These are just some people. And one of the things that the star seeds carry is they carry what you call star system birthmarks. And they'll have a birthmark on their body that looks weird. Sometimes they'll be different colors, right? It's not always dark black. But these things will look like star constellations, right? Now, my daughter, she was born with a star constellation, um, the Syrian star constellation right in her head, right? And that's a fact. I got pictures to prove it. And she has a birthmark in her head from when she was born. You know, babies, when they little, their hair is really light. And it actually has that star constellation right in her head. And then she has other markings that let me know she comes from other places too. So some people actually carry more than one birthmark. That's another thing, right? So people need to understand that. So that's the first type of birthmarking that a lot of people don't hear about, but that's very true. It's called star system birthmarks, and you will have people who have birthmarks that look like galaxies. Some people have just a bunch of look like a star system on their back, or their arm, or their chest, or their neck. Look like somebody splattered paint, and it look like a star constellation or a star system. This is what you call star system birthmarks, family. All right. The next type of birthmark, family, is something called branding birthmarks. A branding birthmark is a birthmark that's given on purpose to a person to remind a tribe or to remind a secret society of who this person is. So sometimes I think it was Brother Bobby or Brother Phil Valentine that talked about how in certain cultures they will mark a child, they will mark an elder when their elder died, and then that elder will come back as a child and they would know that that was the elder because of the marking that the elder had. So these markings are something that can pass on into next lives. And sometimes in secret societies and secret orders, they will definitely mark a person um, to, to give them a memory, right? Once again, memory. To give them a remembrance to not just for the person, but for the tribe or for the society to remember who this person is and where they belong, right? So branding marks is very important. And that kind of goes into something else called divine markings. Divine markings are something that's given to you by your soul family or your divine family, your spiritual family, before you even come down. So we talked about, I put up on my Instagram about people with these X's in their hands, and there's other markings in the hands. And the hands hold a lot of power, but there's other markings in the hands that a person can have that can really transfer them, that can really give the information, allow them to access information if they know how to use it in their hands. And it tells you who they are just from their hands, okay? So this is very important, family. So yeah, divine markings are also very big, and this goes into palmistry, reading palms. You have a lot of divine marking. This is why when you are dreaming, if you want to wake up in your dreams, look at your hands. Your hands hold a lot of power in them. Okay, a lot of who you are in your hands. That's very powerful, family, and good to know. Another type of marking, family, is what they call mole markings. Okay, and mole markings are small moles, look like dots on the face, the body, the arm. Some people call these freckles, right? Some people call these, and, for the most part, they're called mole markings. Mole markings are something you can be born with, or there are something that can appear in your body. Okay, depending on who you are, where you're going in your life. Like prime example, I have certain mole markings on my face that appeared in the last 3 years out of nowhere, and I actually have dots that go from the top of my head to my face. Right here's one here, and it goes down to my inside my beard, and it goes to my shoulder, and that, for some reason it goes all the way like slanted across my face, right, in a perfect line. Why that's there, I don't know, but let me tell you guys. Well, I'll say I don't know who put it there, right? But why you get these markings, it has a lot to do with your DNA. As DNA changes and other DNA is activated, things start to change in your body. Your mind starts to change. For the most part, extraterrestrials that do come here to help people, what they'll do to you is they'll try to unlock some of your junk DNA, right? And you'll wake up with these new downloads and these new ideas and these new ways of thinking, and you know where it came from. It's because a certain part of you was unlocked. And so they try to unlock parts of you that won't really change your physical features too much, but it'll mostly change your mind and the way you think and the way you access energy. So you might wake up and become very psychic one day. You're like, wow, why am I all of a sudden I feel like I can hear people's voices? But that's because something was activated in you. And there are a lot of extraterrestrials that do help. They abduct people just to, they abduct you astrally just to upgrade your DNA. All right, that's something that does happen. So I want you guys to understand that, right? Because it's very important. Mole markings are very important. Like prime example, if you have a mole in the middle of your forehead, it represents you being very wise, very understanding, very smart, right? A mole on your right cheek represents you are very caring. You're about family. Okay. A mole, the famous mole near the lip that most women get. Some men have it. Mostly women get it. It represents beauty. It represents you're very in control of your divine feminine energy. You have a very powerful control over your sexual energy as a woman. So you always see these cartoon characters and they have a mole on their lip, and this woman looks very seductive and stuff like that. That's because that mole marking taps into a certain aspect of energy. It tells people who you are. You can find out more information about this in Hindu medicine, Hindu studies, excuse me, and also Chinese medicine talks a lot about mole markings. Very important. You can look at those as birthmarks. Like I said, some people are born with them, and some people are not born with them. All right. So those are some of the basic markings that people can get. Right. Now another thing I want to cover is I get this comes up in every um, almost every consultation, at least once a week. That people talk about past lives and um, karma. That always kind of comes up, past lives and karma. And I want you guys to really understand that you are here to find out who you are And you're going to find out who you are by tapping into your passion. I've been saying that for years, right? And then you're going to, once you find your gift and find out who you are, you harness that thing, and you're only going to truly harness it by overcoming fear. You got to get past fear, family. Fear is very destructive. It stops you from, it makes you think about things that's not even happening, right? So you got to get past that fear. But you're supposed to give your gift away. I'm not saying give it away for free, but what I'm saying is you give it to the world, right? If you can support yourself off your gift, you give it to the world, right? It's very important. So your karma and your destiny, your destiny is definitely for you to be here to find out what are you passionate about. Find your passion, family. Tap into your passion. If you don't know your passion, that's actually a question I ask people all the time in consultations. What is your passion? Some people know, some people don't know, right? So I want you guys to find out what your passions are so you can tap into those things and become more who you are, okay? So passion is very important. And then I want you guys to understand that what you struggle with the most in this world, whatever it is you struggle with the most in this world, is what you're here to overcome. Okay? You're here to overcome what you struggle with. So if you struggle with communication with people, that's what you need to overcome. If you struggle with money, right? If you struggle with money, that's what you're here to overcome. Because every living human being on the planet um, is born with a certain amount of wealth that they look. Let me tell you something. Life is not about. Not, you're not meant to be broke in this world, right? That's not something that you're here to do. Money is yours. Prosperity is yours. Wealth is yours. It belongs to you, right? If it wasn't important, we wouldn't have gods and goddesses of wealth. So everyone deserves to a degree. Everyone deserves wealth, right? I'm not saying that you need to make your whole life about chasing that. That's not a, it's not that important, right? But you need money to as a tool to live your life, family. So I want you guys to definitely if your struggle is money, then that's something you need to overcome. Some people that's not their struggle, right? I'm not telling you to chase money. I'm telling you to overcome it. So for some people that's not their struggle. Their struggle is health, right? So if you are born unhealthy or if you become unhealthy, then that's something that you are here to overcome. Some people have all the money, the health, the communication, but they may have issues with you know being productive and being it could be anything, family, right? They may have issues with drugs in the family, right? They may have a drug issue. That could be a generational curse. So generational curses are karma. Some people don't believe in karma. That's cool. But I'm telling you guys, karma is real, and I want you guys to focus on overcoming things. Once again, I did a video called "Life is not about what you accomplish; it's about what you overcome," and that's so true. You can have all the accomplishments in the world to kind of cover um, the things that hurt you, the things that abuse you, the things that really messed you up in life. But your true purpose, family, is to overcome these things because this is what helps you move forward in your destiny and your spirituality. BroYosef, from the time he started his channel, has always talked about evolution and pushing evolution, family. I want you guys to, one of the ways you're going to have to evolve and you're going to evolve is you're going to have to, overcome things, family. So whatever it is you struggle, you struggle with money. If you struggle with money, then you need to start investing and researching, getting into understanding what money really is and what it's about. If you struggle with relationships, you need to understand why you struggle with relationships. Maybe it's not always the other people. Maybe it's you, right? Maybe it's you. You need if it's true, you need to understand that. You need to fix that thing, right? Maybe you struggle with communication. If you struggle with communication, maybe it's not everybody else in the world. It could be you, right? We have to look at what it is that's wrong with the world or wrong with us, and we have to fix these things, family. We don't ignoring it doesn't help it. It doesn't fix it, right? We have to look at these things and we have to repair these things about us and overcome. So overcome means to have power over. So we want to have power over what we fear. We want to have power over the things that hurt us. We want to have power over the people that hurt us, right? And we want to do these things, family, so we can evolve. We can be in better control of our emotions. We can be in better control of our life. This makes us wise, right? When you character building is all about when a person applies pressure, how you handle it. It shows your character. If you hear about a person is saying something about you, or if a person as long as a person don't put their hands on you, you ain't got nothing to worry about. You don't always have to say something, right? Controlling emotion, family, is very important. And the person who controls their emotion the most is the one you want to be very careful of, the person who controls their emotion, because when they explode all the way, right? They explode all the way. I've, everybody watches my channel, live stream trolls come on here. Um, you know, sometimes they're dealt with, sometimes I ignore it, right? Depending on what they say. Sometimes I like to play with people. I like to mess with people if they are disrespectful, just to let them know that, you're not untouchable, right? But for the most part, brother Yusuf, I mind my business. I don't bother people. But sometimes when you bother people, be careful what you look for. You know what I'm saying? Because karma is something else. It comes back to you, right? If you go looking for a fight, you're gonna get it. So, family, I want you guys to be very wary and very careful. I want you guys to focus on, and by being careful, I mean I want you guys to focus on self. Don't focus on what other people are doing about you. A wise person once told me, what other people think about you is none of your business. What other people think about you is none of your business. You can't control what people think. Let them think what they want, right? I want you guys to understand that. So if a person think you broke, or if a person think you're unhealthy, if a person thinks whatever, it's nothing wrong with defending yourself, but don't let it get to you emotionally, right? You gotta move on with your life. You gotta have fun and live your best life, family. So we about evolution, right? And we want to evolve in this life. We want to evolve in this world. And you're gonna do that by overcoming things, having power over things. That's what overcoming is. So all my friends know I constantly poke at anything, any weakness that we may have, and I expect them to do that they may have, and I expect them to do the same thing to me. Because a true friend is always going to push you into evolution, right? So I want you guys to think about that and think of those things and focus on overcoming, not just accomplishing things. You want to have power over your fears. You want to have power over your weak points. You want to have power over distractions, right? It took me years to get through these things, family. So I want you guys to do more research on the birthmarks. I hope you guys really understood now what birthmarks are and what they about. They're karma. They're karma marks, right? They are imprints of memory, right? And also, I want to give you guys a quick meditation you can do to look into that past life memory if you want. But I want to warn you that you got to be careful, because you may not always like what you see from your past. So I want you guys to get the book by Gloria Chadwick, past discovering your past lives. I talked about it in the previous video. I want you guys to try one of the techniques in there to look into your past lives, and I want you guys to focus and envision your birthmark. Doesn't matter where you envision it. Envision it on yourself. Think about your birthmark, how it looks, while you're looking into your past lives. And something's going to pop up that's going to show you something if you're ready for it. I don't always recommend people do these things, because sometimes you don't want to see the way you died, right? It may hurt you because it really happened to you in a past life. But this is something I did, right? You can take even other people's birthmarks, and you can meditate on these things and be amazed by what you see by doing the correct techniques. And I recommend the book, Discovering Your Past Lives. You just focus on that birthmark, right? Because the birthmark is a set of memory, and it looks like that for a reason, right? So your subconscious mind knows exactly what you're trying to look at when you do that, family. All right, so I want you guys to do that. Be safe out there with this corona and everything else going on. I see a lot of states getting locked back down. Remember to get your colloidal silver, get your activated charcoal, and I got some other things coming up in another video I want to introduce to you guys, probably in the next live stream. And I want you guys to be safe and be calm and know that everything's gonna be cool, family. All right, don't overthink things, right? Just focus on your spiritual growth, focus on your life, and everything will be fine. Believe that your higher parents, your spiritual parents, your higher self has something greater for you, right? And they do not want you to fail, right? So you're going to be challenged. Step up to the challenge, step up to the plate, right? Overcome your fears. I had to overcome my fears, family. And anybody who knows me know I've always been quiet into myself. I was picked on, put down. I could tell y'all a lot of sad stories that grown people even said about me when I was a kid, right? But I don't focus on those things no more. I move on. I overcame those things. I have power over them now. All right. So peace and blessings to y'all, family. More videos to come down the line. I love y'all. Y'all be safe. All right. Peace and blessings.